what's up, guys? Got another new video here for you. This is Tuned In Sports. My name is Bryson.
Hey, Steve.
And today, we've got yet another Lions coaching update for you. Seems like we're releasing these videos every damn day. And that's because it seems like they're hiring somebody every day. So, or in talks to hire somebody. So, you know.
Yeah, this is more of a potential hire rather than a confirmed hire.
Yeah, this is exactly. This is a potential and a likely, but not guaranteed yet. But anyway, I mean, we figured we'd make this video just because it's more content for you guys and more content for us. Plus, we just have a good time doing this overall, so we might as well, you know. So, anyways, this potential hire is Mark Brunell of the, well, he's not currently on a team, I don't believe. He's actually in the high school ranks, I think.
Yeah,
He is a quarterback's coach, and obviously he used to be a player years ago. He used to be on the Jaguars primarily, and then maybe a couple other teams as well. But I know he was on the Jaguars, holds quite a few records for that team, as a matter of fact. Pretty decent player. So anyways, you know, I think in terms of him being hired as a quarterback's coach, I think he definitely kind of fits the mold in terms of what they're looking for right now, which is people with player experience and people that are already kind of doing the job that they're being hired to do on Detroit. And I think Brunell, did they say he's a head coach in high school somewhere?
Yes, he
is.
is.
He's not necessarily doing the same job, but he used to be a quarterback, so he definitely has experience, you know, in that, and he definitely knows how to see the field and, you know, read stuff like that. So, you know, for me, I definitely think that this is if they were to make it happen, which I think they probably will. It's likely, they said, I think. But anyway, if they are to make it happen, I think it's a nice move for them. Like I said, it fits in the wheelhouse with what they're currently trying to accomplish. And this guy is got a lot of experience. And I think he could do a pretty good job helping out whoever they bring in or whoever they draft, because he's played at this level for many years and knows what it takes to do so. So I definitely think he's more than capable of leading this team.
What's interesting about this, too, is that he currently coaches down in the Jacksonville area for his high school team. And there was some talks about him possibly going to Jacksonville to become the quarterback's coach there. So the fact that Detroit would be able to kind of, you know, pry him away from that area and get him to come to Detroit would be, you know, a pretty big move, really. And it says a lot about, you know, what kind of coaching staff that Dan Campbell's building there. They've been able to get a lot of nice pieces already. And, you know, I can't say enough about, you know, how much I like the fact that they're getting stuff done in a quick hurry. And, I mean, they're formulating a nice staff. You know, now we still need some work on the player side, but you know, that's going to happen through the draft, hopefully, and then also, you know, we'll see what free agency happens to bring. With the salary cap issues, it's hard to say what's going to go on there because you only have so much room. But I would expect, you know, that the Lions will be at least somewhat active.
Yeah, I mean, especially when they have, you know, get rid of Stafford's contract, I mean, he probably could be replaced by a couple of players with the money he'd be making this year. Mm-hmm. And then if they get like a rookie quarterback or something, then he's on the rookie contract. So that's not a lot of money being taken up by the quarterback position at all.
Mm-hmm. No, and I would expect them to probably. There's a lot of talk about Tyrod Taylor possibly coming over, which I would love to have him. I think he'd be a great fit there.
Yeah.
And I would love to see it if he
He was the first person that kind of hopped into my mind before I even heard the Lions were rumored to be interested. He was the first person that kind of hopped into my mind because, he didn't really get a chance in the Chargers before, the unfortunate incident with the team doctor or whatever took him out.
Yeah.
And the only game he played, they won.
Yeah.
So,
plus Anthony Lynn being in Detroit as the offensive coordinator now.
Yeah.
He'll be familiar with the system, which would be an added plus. I'm guessing that Anthony Lynn's going to run a similar system to what they ran in San Diego. So it could be a nice fit. With Brunell coming in, he's a former player, and that seems to be what the Lions coaching staff wants to be bringing in.
Yeah.
Are former players, guys that kind of, will be seeing eye to eye with the players because they know they've been there, they've done that. So, to me, that's not a bad move because, if they're asking you to do something, they're only asking because they've done it themselves. And they understand what it takes to be at an elite level. So, to be honest, truthfully, as sad as I am to see Stafford go, and it does break my heart to see it, I really couldn't be more happy with what I've seen.
Literally everything else.
With everything that's taken place since that.
Yeah.
The new GM, I like that. The coach, I don't know. So far, I don't have anything to complain about with him either. And he's been able to, bring in some really nice coaches to coach with him. So, and ultimately, that's really what it's about. It's not about the head coach so much as it is about the coordinators that you have working with you, because those guys are going to be the ones calling the plays and this and that. So, to me, it's a big advantage if you can, formulate a nice staff around you. Now, with that being said, we all know that, anybody that has success loses coaches because those guys are now all of a sudden up for head coaching jobs and
coordinator positions somewhere else.
Right.
Even some of the quarterbacks coaches and stuff. Well,
right.
Now they're up for offensive coordinator somewhere.
Right. So it's one of those things where if you're really good, you don't have them for long.
Yeah.
But that's why the head coaching position is such an important position to have because, and like I said before, I don't need a guy that calls the plays or tries to do dual roles. What we need is what I think we're getting, which is a leader of men. We need a guy that can go in there, coach the coaches, and get the job done. Implement the system, and, get the team on board with what he wants to do. Because ultimately, it's up to the guys that are on this team to buy into what he's trying to sell them. So if he's able to do that, then you'll have success. If he's not, then we're looking for another coach in 3 years or 2 years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I agree. Ideally, I think, the guy that you're looking for, a lot of the things that he's doing so far are a pretty good sign. And at the very least, it seems like he has a plan in place. Doesn't seem like he's walking in there and he's kind of unsure of what to do or where to go. And at the very least, it seems like between himself and the general manager, they're a group of people that have plans to get things done. Whether those things work out or not, we'll see. But, we ain't even to the end of the season yet. No. And all this stuff is happening. It's been literally pretty much since the season ended that they've been pretty much in the news for one reason or another every single day almost. Yeah. So it's good to see that they're actively trying to do something. And really, with the Lions, I think, they've just been on a good streak. Stafford stuff aside, ever since Sheila Hemp or whatever her name is came out and, did that press conference after they fired the GM and the head coach and stuff and said that, she can't change the things that happened in the past years, but she can only do something about what's going on now. Pretty much since that conference, it's been a lot of really good things. Obviously, you can't really control what Stafford is going to do or some of these other people. You can't control what's going to happen with that. I mean, at the end of the day, he's been there for many years, and in all honesty, he's probably there for longer than you probably deserved, to be honest with you. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a couple years where they were, pretty solidly in playoff contention, but for the most part, I mean, just looking at it from an outside perspective, he gave that organization a lot more than I would have. just looking at it objectively, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have blamed him for leaving a whole contract ago. You know what I mean? I mean, with what they have going on, it's been a mess pretty much the whole time he's been there.
Yeah.
And it never got better.
No.
So it only even got worse, if that's even possible. So, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, you're fortunate to have had him as long as you did. So, from an outside perspective, I'm thinking that was coming eventually anyways. So you just kind of got to take it in stride. But, at the end of the day, a fresh start all around can be a good thing. Yeah. I mean, it could be best for both sides. Maybe in order to really turn the corner, maybe he needed to go. And maybe him going somewhere else and potentially winning something will be good for him. And the Lions can see what they need to do moving forward, because as the past has shown, it's a lot bigger than just one quarterback or one player.
Yeah.
It takes a whole team. So at the end of the day, they don't have his cap, his contract, his restrictions to deal with. They can wipe the slate clean and move forward and figure out what they need to do. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, even though it kind of sucks from a fan perspective, I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I think it could be what was really needed in order to get this ship turned around. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, outside of that, which, again, like I said, I think is going to turn out to be a good thing for both sides. I mean, everything that they've been doing and are still potentially going to do is really good. And then on top of that, depending on what they get for him, could turn into big things as well. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, there's been rumors coming around that, there's going to be some people maybe offering, like, first-round pick for this year. I mean, I was hearing something about, if they were to get it from the Broncos, I think they're going to be 8th or 9th or 7th or something. That's a pretty premier pick. I mean, inside the top 10. So, I mean, and like I said before, they've shown that it's bigger than just a quarterback. So you have the chance to get 2 picks inside the top 10 to really address some areas of concern.
Yep.
And that could be more beneficial than having another year of Stafford could be, depending on what they choose to do with it, and if they address correctly and do well. Which again, like I said with the Eagles, and even kind of the same thing with the Broncos. Well, definitely the same thing, but kind of the same situation here. Is last year was really bad, but you didn't have really a preseason or anything. But because you didn't play well and you dealt with some injuries, you really got to assess a lot of different talent and see who needs to stay, who needs to go, shore up a couple of contracts, let go of some people that aren't really going to benefit you, and, draft well, get an offensive line so that you can have a running game, keep the people that you like on the defense and let go of some people that desperately need to not be there. And figure that out, get a whole new scheme, draft to the scheme, and before you know it, you're competitive again. I don't think it's going to take much.
No.
I think it's been really promising for what we've seen so far, and like I said, the biggest thing that it's telling me is that this is a group of people that are in the business of getting things done. We'll see, and like I said, I mean, sometimes, it looks great to be seeing your name pop up all these times and stuff and say, boy, we really are going to be getting things turned around here. Look at all the stuff we're doing. And then, not always does that equal success, but I can't fault them for being aggressive with it.
I can't fault them for trying.
Yeah, exactly, which seems to be more than the last regime had interest in doing. I mean, they were on the other side of the news reports all the time. Lions could be, potentially willing to trade this person and stuff like that.
Lions just cut this guy.
Yeah, Lions have.
In return.
Yeah, this free agent who played awesome for the Lions is now available because they just cut him or let him walk for nothing.
Yep.
And wherever this player goes, they're going to have a huge impact.
Yeah, Quandre Diggs is a perfect example.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's been a lot of Staffords over the years, but this is just the first time it was actually Stafford. But there's been plenty of examples of Staffords over the years that have gone walking out of there. So this isn't anything new. But, yeah, I think I'm happy. I mean, I think this is the best I've felt about where the team is going in a while. Mm-hmm. And we haven't even seen the team take the field yet. And we also haven't seen what they're going to do with free agency and stuff because, to be honest with you, I mean, with them being this aggressive in the coaching search and stuff, I can only imagine what they're going to do once they start going after players.
Right.
I mean, whether that be drafting or free agency. So
I have a feeling, I mean, some of the biggest moves that I've seen, to me, that made the most sense have been in the upper management level. You know, John Dorsey coming in and a couple other guys. And, I mean, I love the new GM. I think he's got the right head on his shoulders to take this job and do something with it. And I just think a lot of times, when you get somebody new to a position, like he doesn't have GM experience, the new GM we have, but sometimes that's motivation for those guys to even do a better job than maybe they would have if they already done it before.
Yeah.
Because they realize that this is their chance to shine and make a name for themselves and potentially, if it doesn't work out in Detroit, maybe go somewhere else where it might. Mm-hmm. And I just think like I said before, I just feel like that the idea that they have been so thorough in their searches, they looked at a lot of different guys, talked to a lot of different people, interviewed a lot of different people for not only the GM but also the coaching position. Kind of just at least, solidifies to me that they were not just in a hurry to hire. That they actually did go through the list of potential candidates, interviewed them, and came down to these choices. Now, you can debate all day long whether Dan Campbell's the right guy or it should have been somebody else or whatever. And, I mean, there's no way that there's no way you're going to satisfy everybody with any pick that you make. There's always going to be, there's more Stafford haters out there than I can ever imagine. Some of these people just don't, I don't know what they expect or what they think they're seeing. If you don't have a running game and you don't have defense, you ain't winning games. It's simple. You can't. You're just not going to score enough points. You're not going to have time of possession. You're not going to have any of it if you're not able to run the ball. And then when you got a defense that's going to give up 35 to 40 points a game, good luck. Because even if you have a game where you're moving the ball offensively, you can't score enough points. When you virtually have to score every time you get the ball to ensure victory, then you're not going to be too successful in this league. So, but with that being said, like I said, I'm very pleased up to this point from what's taken place. I'm excited about the potential. Like I said, I feel horrible about Stafford leaving. I really believe that you know, he's been the finest quarterback that Detroit's ever had there, bar none, you know, or maybe pre, you know, Bobby Lane days. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Bobby Lane is probably the best quarterback they had up until now. So who knows? But anyway, keep this video short. We'll go ahead and lock it down here. We appreciate you guys hanging in there with us. If you like the content, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you can get more content when we put it out. And, you know, like I said, I appreciate you guys tuning in with us. Don't forget to check out the Dent Sports if you like Denver and Detroit sports. And then also don't forget to tune in to the Clip Joint. If you like Los Angeles Clippers basketball, we got plenty of content for you with that as well. So anyway, thank you guys. Have a great night. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
See you guys.